Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about Marvel Phase 4. It's a new year and another phase of Marvel has come and gone. I don't want to be overly negative in this video. It's no secret that I'm not the biggest fan of Phase 4. Um, I'm just going to try to keep this light and breezy here. Um, I think the major problem with Marvel as of late is they're just overdoing it. They're just making way too many fucking movies, and shows. So yeah, over 2 years they've made like 7 movies. So that's like, 3.5 a year. The first 3 phases, they only made like 1 or 2 movies a year, maybe 3. But I think they should probably go back to that, and especially with like the whole like TV show things going on, they're just pumping out products like the sandwiches or something, and they're just becoming very mediocre. Some have been good, but some of them have not. So today, I'm only going to be talking about the movie side of Phase 4. I'm not going to do the TV side. I think I'll save that for like a video by itself. Maybe just make a whole like Marvel TV thing, include stuff like Shield and Daredevil. But yeah, this is just going to be about the movies. So we have 7 movies here. So let's just start off. Okay, Black Widow. What a sour way to start this list off. That's getting an F. Um, I was excited for a Black Widow movie. I've always said like, hey, well, how come there hasn't been a Black Widow movie? And then they wait until like they kill her off before they make a Black Widow movie. That doesn't make much sense to me, does it? But the movie itself, very like a lot of plot holes. It really felt useless. It kind of didn't even feel like Black Widow's own movie. I feel like it was kind of like it was more of a vessel to introduce her sister than it was to really showcase her. But that's just how I feel about it. The villain was lame. The whole like, if you smell me, you can't hurt me, and then she just knocks her head so she can't smell anything. That was like the dumbest scenes I've ever seen. The CGI kind of looked like shit. So yeah, that was kind of a stinker for me, which is sad though, because I like Black Widow as a character, and I think she deserved it better. But also, the movie sort of came out like 6 years ago. Moving on to Shang-Chi, which I think is actually a pretty good one. I enjoyed it. I'm giving that a C. It isn't like, groundbreaking. It's kind of just an average Marvel movie. Um, but at least it didn't make me mad. It didn't do anything stupid in it. So that's nice. Nice for a change. Um, I thought the main character was good, who played Sean, and his friend. I forgot who played her, but she was cool too. Aquafina, I think. I like the little like friend chemistry thing. It shows that like, just because there's a female best friend doesn't mean they have to be dating. That's kind of cool. Um, and the villain was actually kind of nice. I like the whole like evil dad trope, and Ben Kingsley was cool. Michelle Yeoh was in it, so that obviously bumps it up a little bit. So yeah, overall, pretty fun movie, if not a little bit generic. But like I said, didn't make me mad. Okay, Eternals. This is the new category. Well, I haven't seen it. I thought about seeing it for this video, but I thought, nah, what's the point? This kind of went under the radar. I think it like bombed at the box office. I don't know if it bombed, but at least it underperformed. My sister said I'd probably hate it. She's usually right about this sort of thing, so I kind of skipped it. I do like Richard Madden though, but yeah, overall, don't have anything to say about it because I did not watch it. Moving on to No Way Home. This is the only S tier movie of Phase 4. I loved this movie. It's one of the greatest Marvel movies ever made. Probably I think it's my favorite movie of 2021. Um, I said so in my 2021 teal thinking. Yeah, this movie had it all, like action, drama, comedy. I love all the other characters that showed up, between like the other two Spider-Man or all the villains that came back or J.K. Simmons. But what I really like about it is it was still Tom Holland's Spider-Man's movie. It was still like he was still in the spotlight. So it kind of shows like, the whole great powers come great responsibility thing, about how he had to let go of Zendaya and Ned, and so that was very sad. But it shows the cost of being a hero sometimes. Yeah, I think Tom Holland did a great job in this movie. I'm really looking forward to like seeing the type of stuff he does after Spider-Man. I feel like he'd be like a really good actor in maybe like a drama series. So that would be kind of cool. I'm just looking forward to what's next for him. If he does play Spider-Man, if he doesn't play Spider-Man again, I don't know. They haven't announced a fourth one, so I'm just assuming that's it. It would be kind of cool if that was it, because you don't want to drag things like that out too long. Okay, moving on next. We got Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. This is an F. This movie sucked. Not as bad as Black Widow, but it still sucked. Um, I've kind of talked about this movie enough. Like, Doctor Strange gets sidelined in his own movie. The plot's way too convoluted, and the film is like way too short to tell the movie they're trying to tell. They ruin Wanda's character arc and WandaVision by making her turn evil out of nowhere. America Chavez is nothing but a plot device. The film looks like shit, like visually, because they have to make 7 fucking things every year. So they just pump it out, they don't put care into it. Like, look at Everything Ever All at Once. That movie had like 5% of the budget as these Marvel movies, and it looked way better than them because it was done with care and a lot more practical effects. So I don't know, maybe Marvel could slow it down a little bit, but that's just me. They're not going to listen to me. They have like 7 more things this year too, so who cares? Moving on to Thor: Love and Thunder. This is awful. I've talked about it many times on my channel. I kind of don't want to talk about it again. I'd rather just forget about this movie, but what is though that hasn't already been said? Awful writing, really bad tone. Like it's just too comedic in a way. Like nobody takes anything in the movie seriously, so why should I? It's like, a bunch of kids got kidnapped. It's like, I don't know. It just made me feel icky after watching it. They kind of ruined Thor and him and Natalie Portman. While I love Natalie Portman as an actress, just very wooden chemistry. It's just rather pretend that movie didn't happen. Too much of Rockman. I don't give a fuck about Rockman. I don't know why he was in so many scenes. Oh yeah, because the director played him. Yeah, pretty much awful movie. It's like Disney saw Thor Ragnarok and they're like, hey, they like this one because it's more comedic. Let's just do only that. Difference is Ragnarok had some nuanced scenes, like especially like the scene where they say goodbye to the father, and his kind of grief over leaving his homeworld. This had none of that. It was just a false the whole time, and yeah, it was awful. Movies like Everything Everywhere, or shows like The Boys, are able to balance comedy and drama perfectly while still having the stakes be pretty high. This movie does not. So yeah, now that I've talked about it in 3 videos now, I'll never talk about it again. Thank God. Thank the Lord. Moving on to Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. I'm giving this a D. I kind of wish I put like a C- tier in here, but I want to remain consistent with my first 3 phases videos. So I'm just going to give it a D because it clearly doesn't deserve a C. But if I were gonna make a C, yeah, if I were to make another tier, it would have been C-. This movie was very mid for me. I didn't know why it had to happen. After Chadwick Boseman died, I really think they should have just left it there, left it alone. Say like, oh yeah, he's ruling Wakanda in peace, and no more movies. But this is Disney, so they don't do that. They make as many as possible. So I thought Letitia Wright did a really good job as Shuri and Angela Bassett as her mother. But I felt like a lot of the movie felt really flat. The pacing was pretty good, but the effects were very hit or miss. Like I love the underwater scenes, but the above water scenes, especially in Wakanda, looked awful. It was cool seeing Martin Freeman again, but I really don't know why Julia Louis-Dreyfus is in any of these movies because he has a completely different plan and motivation in each one, and it's not tied together at all. So I don't know what that's about. The villain is very lame, very weak, hammy, and I don't think he deserved his whole like redemption. You know, um, So I don't know. I'm also kind of team UN on this. Like, if Wakanda has a bunch of resources, maybe they could give it to other people. I'm not talking about like the weapons and stuff, but maybe the medicine. Soy seems pretty small. Why can't they just send some of that medicine across the planet? Probably help stop the whole big pharma thing. So yeah, pretty mid movie. I don't know. Leticia did a good job. Uh, but yeah, that's basically my tier list. Full Marvel Phase full, kind of mixed. I was hoping for a little bit more in the S, A, and B tier, but alas, there wasn't. Hopefully Phase 5 is better, but who am I kidding myself? Marvel's kind of nosediving at the moment. So yeah, let me know what you guys thought of this. Are you a little bit more positive than I am? Hopefully, that would be nice. Thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, peace.